Good morning, and so the day begins. Good morning. It is Tuesday, May 13th. It is the 20th anniversary day.
Yes.
And we're actually on a decent time right now. It's 6:42.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary to you, baby. Cute girl. All right, let's go ahead. Let's drop Lily off at school. And let's go and have some fun today. And we'll see where the day takes us. Honestly, I have no plans at this exact moment. So, who knows? Well, you will because of the title. But still, I don't. You ready?
Like and subscribe. Yes.
All right, let's get going.
All
right, short girl. I hope you have a great day at school. Have fun. All right, let's get going. Okay, do you know what we're doing? I have Pac Man Fever.
Are you actually serious?
Serious about what?
I know what you're talking about.
What am I talking about?
You want that sugary crap now?
What am I talking about?
You know it's just the regular donuts, right?
Really?
Yes.
Don't disappoint me.
It is. It always is. They never change their donuts, right? They're not supposed to.
Okay, so in case you didn't know,
How?
Krispy Kreme is doing a collaboration for the anniversary of Pac Man. Okay? So, what we're going to do is we're going to go down to Krispy Kreme for a beautiful anniversary date. Try a couple of their donuts.
I'm only having one.
When I say a couple, I mean one for each of us.
Yeah.
Then what we're going to do is then we're going to come up, go over to Publix, get a quick sub, and just enjoy. How's that sound for a nice rounded out?
Yeah. I still want to sneeze, though.
Man, the smell of fresh cut grass is so freaking amazing.
It smells nice, especially after it rained and everything, but, oh, my sinuses.
Now, yes, we are going to go back down to 192. And that means, yes, we're going back down 545. Are we ready?
Well, at least it's not wet, I guess.
No, and actually, we can also go ahead and take a look around Margaritaville, too. And see what's new going on over there. We haven't actually walked around there in a little bit. So, let's go have a fun anniversary day date. Krispy Kreme, Margaritaville, and not to mention Publix subs. Can't get any better than that. Actually, I don't think you really can you?
I don't. Most people would say, oh, why are you not going to the parks or anything? But there's a good reason.
The problem is that when you've been to the theme park so much,
we're kind of like on a hiatus.
You get bored of them.
I know. We gotta like not go for a little bit so we can enjoy it when we do go. You don't want to be. Yeah, we reached that part where we're bored, so we need to stop for a little bit and then we'll go back.
And that's why, honestly, and I didn't want to make this announcement now, but I guess I can go ahead. Come June, okay, I think it's like June 7th or something. So well after our Epic Universe tickets, we're not going to renew Universal. We're going to let that lapse for a year and take a break from Universal and just chill over at Disney and doing city stuff and going out and seeing other parts. Because really, we've done everything we could at Universal lately, and honestly, nothing really has changed enough to say, yeah, let's go ahead and let's keep them for another year.
Not that we could right now.
But what do you think? Are you in agreement on that?
Yeah, I'm in agreement on that. Honestly, I don't know what we're gonna do about Disney later either. Right now we're in a contract with Disney, but we'll
because there's so much out there that I want to see.
I know. We want to start saving up money to be able to go and do things.
And then later we have our upcoming Miami trip. We also want to go over to Daytona. We want to do some stuff out of state too.
Yeah.
And our big overall goal, besides Pennsylvania, would be like a Keys West visit. That'd be really awesome.
Yeah.
Alright, here we are, Krispy Kreme on 192, right next to Margaritaville area. So the first thing we have is our s'mores latte. Here we go.
Oh, really sweet. I predicted it to be overly sweet, but it's not bad. It just tastes like ice cream, though.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not getting like any actual coffee taste,
no,
really.
It tastes, well, it kind of tastes
It tastes like a
coffee
chocolate
ice.
milk.
Nah, it tastes like a coffee ice cream.
It tastes like a frozen chocolate milk.
I think it tastes like ice cream. There you go.
All right.
Bye.
You go ahead and try the chocolate one.
What's with the strawberry anyway? I don't get it.
I am not sure what the strawberry meant.
Was there always strawberry in Pac Man?
I guess it was a berry that was it a cherry you ate?
I don't know.
All right, go ahead and hold yours
I
up.
don't remember Pac Man because I never played it.
All right, thumbnail. There we go.
I thought the game was kind of hard to play.
I thought it was pretty fun.
Eh.
You ready?
Mm. It's not bad. Oh wow, that one's really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Here.
So besides that, we also did get these things called dots.
Should have got some water.
So, if you've ever been to a Dunkin' Donuts, they have donut holes. And Dippin' Dots version is called a dot. And they're also selling them right in grocery markets as well. So you can go to Publix and get them too. And I think Walmart's also.
They don't let you get a small pack. They make you 10 or more.
Not bad. But yeah, you can only get it in a pack of 10 or in a pack of 24. Versus over at Dunkin', that let's just say I want to get like 3 for low. I can just buy 3. I can just buy 1 for 29 cents or whatever.
I know.
I kind of like Dunkin's measure done better. Where you can just buy it however you want it.
I didn't want this many, but they didn't give me a choice.
Alright, let's eat. And then let's go to Margaritaville, stretch the legs.
Mm.
And then up to Publix.
It's so thick I can't even get it out. Ryan?
Come here.
Mouth again.
Now, I do want to talk about one other thing, okay? When it came to inside there, is that I noticed a couple of things. First of all, on the outside of the building here, let me show you real quick. So on the outside of the building here, there used to be trash cans. They used to have one over here on this side, and then one on the front. And they've actually gotten rid of the one on the side here. So now there's only one over there.
Yeah, I know. Also the inside.
Yep. That's what I was going to get to next. Good job.
They got rid of all the napkin stations, everything.
Yeah, the napkin and trash area where you could go ahead and just deposit your trash. Along with getting your napkins.
I think it was a purpose to lessen the amount of stuff they are using.
I think so. But you tell us if you've seen any changes at your local Krispy Kreme if you have one. But what I do know is... Oh, dear God, that was too much. And what's funny, too, is we only ate the chocolate cream one, and we maybe ate a quarter of the strawberry one.
And the rest of the dots are going for Lily.
How many dots did we eat? I had one and...
I had 2.
So we only had 3 dots combined between us, and only 1 donut and a quarter of the other. It felt like crap after.
I know.
Not to mention, drink your drink.
I got ice.
Alright, which is better, this or Frappuccino?
Honestly, Krispy... I don't know, they kind of taste the same to me.
Alright, which is better, this or Dunkin's frozen drink?
Like and subscribe. I don't think I've ever had Dunkin's frozen drink.
No.
I
know I did once before.
I don't think I ever did. But
Oh.
no, as I see it, Krispy Kreme is definitely for those that like sweet stuff.
Yes.
I lost the taste for sweet stuff a long time ago.
That is why, honestly, we hardly freaking come here. And when we go to Dunkin', it's mostly for like the savory food options.
Yep. We get a savory and 1 tiny little sweet item.
Okay, truthfully. Alright? We will go there. We will get, for me, typically a black iced coffee. And for her, a shaken espresso. We will get 2 of your sausage, egg, and cheese wake-up wraps. And then 2 French curlers. And that's it.
Yeah, that's our typical.
And the French curler, it's so light and puffy and so good.
It is.
But that is our typical order when we go to a Dunkin'. I wish they had a savory option here. But I know that
it's a donut place, right?
I get that.
Yeah, and Dunkin' purposely tried to get away from the whole concept of the donut.
Well, yeah, and they introduced some really off-the-wall stuff, too, that was, like, really out there for them.
Yeah, but some of
like
it was
avocado
good.
Toast.
Some of it was good.
The avocado toast I wasn't too pleased with. But their omelet bites I loved, but she didn't like.
Poppy seeds. Yeah, I really didn't like the almond bites. There was some other sandwich that I really liked, but they got rid of it. I forgot what it was. Man, there's been a lot of activity on this road.
Yeah. It is 192, so let's go ahead. Let's get over to Margaritaville. Let's walk around a little bit, stretch the legs, and then head back up after I may go over to a Publix and buy a bottle of water. In fact, I know I will. Down here on the highway.
Wherever we can get one, yeah.
Maybe I'll go to your old Publix.
Oh, God.
Yes, she actually did work for Publix once upon a time for about
3 weeks.
Yeah, and then found out she was pregnant.
Had complications and had to leave.
And the rest is history.
Yeah. They didn't tell you back then that your blood type matters when you're pregnant.
No, there was a lot of stuff that wasn't talked about back in those days.
They never talked about that stuff. Who would have thought?
All right, let's go ahead. Let's get over to Margaritaville. And maybe I can find a bottle of water over there so I don't even have to go out there to a Publix. until we get back up to Highway 50.
Yep.
Let's get going. Seriously, one of these times we're gonna have to go to a K-pop place. One of them.
I'm kind of surprised they left all their food out there. See the onions and everything?
Yeah.
Just let them sit there.
Or maybe that's their produce that they're intending to throw away. But yeah, that's the cloud that I was talking about. But boy, is it beautiful out today.
Through the highways till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
I could not imagine doing that. Could you?
I was able to do roller coasters, but not that.
This has actually been really fun. Not the donut part, but just the being a beautiful girl and walking around and just having fun. And really, that can be done anywhere. Doesn't have to be at a theme park. We can still make each day enjoyable. Yeah, Yaomint is really awesome. Not to mention good food, at least out here. I don't know how they are over in our area. But nothing beats Tiffany's. Wonderful restaurant, great service. And not to mention, the service is extremely top quality. And they'll even insult you if you want at the end of your meal. And say you don't need that.
It's actually very hot out here.
Alright, let's go ahead. Let's get back up to Highway 50. This has been a pretty fun day so far. And you know what can make it better? A beautiful Italian sub from Publix. Let's get going up there. So continuing on with the whole Universal thing, getting rid of it for now does not mean that it's permanently gone as well. Because once they start to include Epic Universe on the pass, and if we're still down here in Florida or not, then it would be pretty cool to add it on. But as it stands now, when we go to Universal, there's 2 rides over in Studios and 1 in Islands of Adventure. Cat in the Hat over in Islands, and over in the Studios we got E.T. and then Tiffany and I can do Men in Black, but Lily can't. And the reason why is for epilepsy reasons, because of all the strobe lights
And the spinning.
But when we go to Disney, on the other hand, it's like 70% of the rides she can do there as well.
Yeah.
So honestly, that's another reason why I really decided with Tiffany on getting rid of Universal and not renewing it. Because the financial blow is significant, okay, for the tickets. I'm not going to diminish that at all. But the bigger aspect is what can actually be done there as a result of going there. And once you walked around it enough, it's like, okay, we did this. Now what? Am I right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to film the same things every single day for years on end. I want to go do other things, and we need the means to do it.
Heck. Did you
Sometimes
even
gotta
watch?
cut out stuff.
Did you watch the Orlando video?
No, I haven't got to it yet.
See, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. When I went to Orlando, and I just went over there to Lake Eola and to the public library, I thought it was so awesome. And what was cool about that trip is a lot of it, and I'm not lying, was unplanned. But it turned out so much fun as well.
It did. It looked like it did. I know I wasn't there because I was busy.
And sometimes the best things that you don't plan for end up being the best things in life.
I've seen little clips here and there of it.
But let's get back up to Highway 50. And then our sub time. Okay, so before we do go back home, we need to go back to 2003. Back to a simpler time.
Yes. Back to the time when you proposed to me.
Yes.
We were planning on getting married.
Let me show you something. So this here is Arrowhead Boulevard. And this is actually where Tiffany and I lived with her family for a little bit. And where she did for a couple of years when I met her. It was about, what, 3 years you lived here before I met you?
No.
Or 2 years?
I want to say not even a year, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you guys were there
No,
longer.
I had just moved, actually, across from the apartments. And that they moved in here. Holy crap, what the heck is going on over here?
As every horror movie taught me,
Don't stop.
don't stop and don't look back.
I don't know what happened. Looked like
It looked like a homeless encampment.
Yeah, somebody dumped a lot of stuff there for them. This area wasn't the best in the world because the hurricanes flooded it so bad in here that the road was almost inaccessible to get through.
So much has not changed about this area.
Like and subscribe.
It wasn't the best area in the world. Plus, to be honest, if you believe it or not, that freaking house I was living in was haunted. I hated it.
Oh my
God, it's up for
gosh.
sale again.
You have the opportunity, 16837 Arrowhead Boulevard, to buy a
haunted
piece of our micro-family history.
In a haunted house. Dead serious, it is haunted. This house has gone up for sale, I'd say probably 5 times since then because the people will buy it and instantly move out. And I know exactly why.
Alright, so that window on the far left over there,
That was my room.
that was Tiffany's. And what's really cool, it's way back. Tiffany used to have a double bunk bed style futon.
Mm-hmm.
And she and I would lay on the bottom together. And we used to be able to just watch right outside the window. And it was so cool.
Yeah. Especially at night. I would be at the top bunk sometimes when he wasn't with me. And I'd just lay up there looking out the window, staring at the moon. I do remember that. But I'm not joking, that place is haunted. I literally... I can't even explain the stuff that happened in there.
I just can't believe that it's been that long.
I know.
Wow. Alright,
That
let's...
surprises me. 'Cause there was like a little manufactured home here that was like a 1-bedroom, and now there's an actual home.
That is a cool house,
It
too.
wasn't there before.
But yeah, you can own our micro-family history. The home where it all started.
I do have to admit though, it does have a backyard with that connects up to a lake, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got, if it's still there, there should be a dock that you can fish on, and you have a screened-in porch. So that was cool.
You ready?
But I want nothing to do with that house.
You don't want me to buy it for you?
No.
Okay.
No.
Who knows? Maybe one day we can actually go back to my true origins. Mount Carmel, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and Reading as well.
Oh my God, to go see grandmother's townhouse in Reading. That would be awesome. Alright guys, let's get out of here. Let's get back up to the highway. We got about a 20-minute drive. Good news! There's currently a pending offer on Tiffany's old house. And it is actually selling for $579,999.
Yep.
But yeah, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Wow. Just think, that used to be a gas station. On the right, Westside Townhomes, where I originally lived. And here, Westwood Village, where Tiffany and I lived, and I actually lived for quite a significant chunk of my life.
God, this brings back such memories.
And it would have been 987 right there. And I would have had that front room right there. And later Lily would have had that room. And then my Nana, she actually lived right next door in 989.
Not by much, but it does.
Gosh. And then Bonnie and Mary Finley and all them used to live over there right next to us. And what was interesting is we rented, but they owned. And growing up, there was always a divide about the owners of the property and then the actual renters.
Yeah, for some reason they were very snooty about it.
Yes. Because their original families actually owned the land underneath where the home was as part of when it was first developed for the park.
Mm-hmm.
So that gave them more flexibility where it was a lot better for them. Wow. So this is Westwood Village. And originally when my family came down here, we first settled into a couple apartment complexes before finally moving over into here. And this is actually one of the last affordable housing options in Winter Garden.
Yeah.
Because everywhere else is being demolished and just...
Every time a unit in here goes up for sale, it gets sold very fast. Because they're really cheap.
So that unit right there, 1001, that is where I stayed for a few years or so. My Nintendo years. And that one over there is right where my Aunt Doris would have lived as well. Just right across from us. I say Nintendo years because I was like 11 years old or so, 10 years old. And I loved my Nintendo. Because keep in mind, back then, this area still wasn't the best of areas, so...
Should be around the time when the Game Boy came out.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
You wouldn't have wanted to be going around here and riding around on your bicycle and stuff. And not to mention, cars would just zip around here like crazy. Alright, so over here is one unit actually for sale. This is $1332. So Tiffany's gonna look up what the actual home price is. I know you need a street for reference. 1332 Azalea Way. 230?
Yeah. 230,000.
Holy moly! These homes used to go for 80 to 100 at most.
Yeah.
What happened?
It's ridiculous. There's actually quite a few in here. There's one for 220. Another one for 250. And another one for 290.
Gosh. These used to be
This
like...
one's 987 Butterfly Boulevard.
Yeah, but these used to be like 80 to 100K.
I know, they used to be like really cheap. In fact, the smaller ones actually went for like 40K.
Yeah, I know.
Now they're all in the 200s.
What I think happened, okay? And
another one that's
it's actually
215.
part of a growing issue in America where you and me are not the actual home buyer anymore. It's corporations that are buying up homes in these areas and then renovating them slightly enough to justify an elevation in the price and then rent them out for a couple thousand a month. I think that's what happened here. And then when they couldn't rent them out no more, they're trying to sell them for ridiculous amounts.
Yeah, they are. Trying to claim that they're cleaning up the community and stuff, but nah.
All right, let's get over to Publix. Let's get our sub. Was that fun?
It was interesting.
All right, let's go into Publix. Let's get our sub, and let's go home and enjoy. Ready?
Yep.
There we go. Unsweet tea
There you go.
and a sub. All right, $12 and change. We got ourselves a half gallon of unsweet tea and a sub. Let's get home and enjoy. What's funny is that if I really had to think about the least enjoyable part of today, you know what it would be? Not the long trip, but the Krispy Kreme donuts.
Yeah. I told you, you're never happy every time you go there, and yet you still force yourself to go there for some reason.
I'm a glutton for punishment.
You always are.
But the best part today,
Oh.
spend
You're
it
at
with a gorgeous girl.
104 already, Ryan. Miles.
Oh,
104,000.
let me show you. First of all, ignore that it's just casually 95 degrees out. But 104,010 miles is what we're at right now.
Man, it would be a scorcher if it wasn't cloudy outside.
I know.
Oof. God, Run.
But yeah, honestly, the Krispy Kreme donut part was the part that I didn't enjoy the most. But what I did enjoy the most was just being out with a beautiful girl and just spending quality time together.
Yes.
That was the best part.
Yeah, we had our nice meal yesterday.
Exactly. Those clouds are definitely getting darker out. And so, the rain begins. Let's get going to school. And this is why I love my DJI Action 5 Pro. Trying to hand it to her, butterfingers, drop the camera on the ground, on the cement. Luckily, this is not the Pocket 3, but the Action 5 Pro.
Yes, and now it's raining really bad.
Yes.
Right when we got in the car.
Let's get going to school. Well, this is going to be just like yesterday for us. Another rainy day in Central Florida. Short girl! How are you doing? Did you have a fun day?
Yeah.
Do you want to go home?
Yeah.
You want to play on your iPad?
Yeah.
Alright, it's 2:16. Let's go in and let's get dinner. Still not hungry. Alright, I know what we're going to do. Beer battered fish. There we go. Red Lobster, Cheddar Bay, biscuit shrimp. Look at that. Dolly Parton's Chicken and Dumplings. It is 4:56 p.m. And honestly, it is time to end the day. Today was a great day. We got to go to Krispy Kreme donut. We got to go ahead, go to Publix, have a nice Italian style, walk around Margaritaville as well, and just relax and enjoy some quality time together.
Like and subscribe.
But during the whole point of it too, we got to talk about something serious. And that was not renewing Universal and why. And truthfully, it's a big chunk of change. $2,200 or so is a lot of money for Universal. And when we decide to keep Disney, it's because, one, we're already locked into a contract with them, but also because it provides a great backup plan for a place to vlog at, a place to go ahead and live stream at that's in an enclosed area. So that's a nice component to it. But when it comes to not doing Universal, it's because we don't need an additional park add-on when we want to do so much that's outside of the park scope as well. There's places that we want to venture off to, cities like Miami, like Daytona Beach, and others that we just want to have fun in. And truthfully, I enjoyed when we went to Orlando, you and I. I loved it to death, and I thought it was so much fun getting to walk around and see everything, but with a fresh perspective of slowing down and just enjoying it. That was fun. And then when you add on venturing outside of the state, Georgia, the Carolinas, Virginia, there is so much more out there that we have yet to discover. And after all, I've always said it before, ever since we first came back, there is a world outside of Disney World. Yeah. And we want to see it. And we're going to. And honestly, Tiffany and I, that is our one common passion of seeing new things. That's what helped us be together. That love for that. But guys, if I can leave you with one thought for today, don't waste your time and your money on doing something that the world tells you you should do. Instead, spend it on what you want to do. Because you only have one life to live. You only got one go around. So you better make it what you want it to be. And with that, I hope you have a good night. Thank you so much for joining today. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you very much for everything. And good night.
But I know we won't give this up. Sometimes I lose my mind.